Good day and welcome to our preview of today's racing at Turffontein, the 15th of August. Before we start looking at the fields and the betting, there's just one or two things that I would like to touch on. For those persons who are watching this video, this preview video from Outsider Genie for the first time, just quickly want to tell you what we do. Here at Outsider Genie, we do a form analysis of a horse's form, and by doing that, we then select outsiders that you can put into your play for you to get a bigger dividend. You can add it in whatever play you do. If you play pick sixes, PAs, jackpots, swingers, exactas, whatever quartets you do, you can take our selections, add them to your selections, and thereby putting you in a situation where you might be able to get the bigger payouts. Because ultimately, that is what you want to do in racing: is you want to get the bigger payouts in order to make money. Very few people make money by backing favorites. So if you want to get this video regularly, please click on the subscribe button and ring the bell. And then every time that we post our video, we would then you will then get a notification regarding that the video has been posted. We are also on social media, Outsider Genie, Twitter, Instagram, and there are our WhatsApp number that you can WhatsApp us. We have got a sponsor now for this channel who will be sponsoring this channel. It's a company called VYVO. They are leaders in artificial health intelligence. They have a health watch that you wear. And if you stay on till the end of the video, we will tell you how you can win a watch to the value of 5,000 Rand in our Gold Cup competition. Quickly want to have a look at some of our previous results at Greyville on Wednesday. We gave you those following winners: Purple Powerhouse 18 to 10, outsider selection Amber Hall 11 to 2, and our outsider selection Good Rhythm, as well as number 9 Al Rune Race 8. In our preview we recommended that you put this horse in all your bets. I just want to quickly tell you what is outright selection is. We give you 3 selections per race. The first one is our outright selection, which we think is the horse that will win the race. Then our outsider selections are, we give you 2 outsider selections per race in no particular order, that says this is the outsider that we can think in either place or win the race. So that is how we operate. We are not tipsters. I do a form analysis and I give you my view on the horses and what I think might be good value horses to include into your play. And that's what we do. Then also on Fairview, yesterday we had the outright selection, number 9 Apple Magic, winning at 15 to 4. And then our best bet of the day, number 1 Blue Shoes, 3 to 1. I'll talk now a little bit more about those best bets. Then on July Day, Pierre Strydom and me did a preview of the July card, and we're now going to do this similar for the Gold Cup card. At the July, we gave you 5 very well priced winners, as well as the last 2 was 100 to 1 double, and we're going to strive to do the same. As also for our subscribers, we will do a separate video on all 6 of the P6 races, where I will do an in-depth analysis of each race per video. So there will be 6 videos analyzing each race. Then I've had some requests for some subscription offers. So first of all, we're going to offer you the first package. This is a long-term package that if you want to subscribe and pay up front. I've had 1 or 2 people requesting that. They say they don't want to pay every month, they just want to pay up front and get over. So I have then decided to give you a package. If you pay up front from now till the end of December, it's going to cost you 300 Rand a month. So the whole package will cost you 1,200 Rand to receive our daily form analysis. Package 2, sign up now and get selections from now till end of September for 2020. That will be 400 Rand. Package 3, sign up just for Gold Cup weekend. That will be 150 Rand. If you sign up now till end of August, that will be 200 Rand. And if you want to just want weekend packages from now till the end of August, that will be 105 Rand. And this is the packages that we can offer you at the moment. If you want to subscribe to our service, this is what we want to give you. We give you a race by race selection outright winner and 2 possible outsider selections. Value bets, that's normally 6-1 and longer. Then we give you the best bet of the day. I do not offer you odds on horses. You can find that yourself. But for decent value best bets, you need the genie. And we have given bets as high as 6-1, and which has won. We also give you suggested trifecta and quartet selections, and we have had quartets that paid handsomely. Last week we had a quartet at the Val paying 15,000 Rand. We also give you affordable PA and pick sixes, which you can then add to your selections, or you can play as or add into that, or but we keep the amount small that if you want to add on, that it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. And that is normally our pick sixes, normally for 1%. So you can then add on or use some of that numbers. If you do subscribe, this is the way you will receive our selections every day, all on one sheet, which you can print or just work from the PDF on your phone. So this is then that for now. Let's move on to the racing. Where we look at the first race. Is a maiden plate over 1,400 meters, where the favorite is number 3 Flashlight at even money, 5-2 Island Mistress, Tuscan Light 6-1, 10-1 Galligitico, 25-1 Ocean Spread, 25-1 Tropical Giver, 53-1 and longer the rest. I must say we have a diverse card today. There's some races with quite a few number of horses, and then there are races with we haven't got a lot of runners and a lot of short price favorites. Now, guys, I want to warn you, a lot of you is going to go onto those favorites, and I have seen when there's a thing that says the smaller the field, the bigger the upset. Please be careful today. Don't put all your money on those short price favorites. I'm sure one of them, or more, but I think there's about 3 or 4 of them. One of them is going to get beaten. This is just the way racing works. I've been in this game for a very long time. And here's a prime example. Just free Flashlight, even money. So let's have a look at the field. I just want to check quickly if there wasn't any scratches. Yeah, number 2, regards to all is scratched. So let's have a look at the form of the first race, where we have an even money favorite. Now, this is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,600 meters, or 1,400 meters. And here the favorite is number 3, Flashlight. Now, Flashlight is a 6-year-old mare, only having a 4th run, being bet back even money. Now, last time out, she did disappoint on the inside track, where she was drawn 11 out of 14. In her first 2 races, she did run on a little bit, but in her last race, she didn't run on that much. I see the time here is 20.6. I'm sure that can't be right. There's very few horses that run the fastest for the last 400 meters in 20.6, and then and she was only the 4th fastest. I doubt that is correct. And then sometimes, if you get information like that from computer form, it really messes up your form and analysis, because you would expect them to give the correct information, but I haven't seen a lot of horses doing 20.6 in the last 400 to finish. That this horse must have been flying to do that. And then, according to this, only the fastest 400. It's not possible. There must be a mistake. So I don't say the 6-year-old mare cannot win. But all I'm saying is this even a money favorite? In my view, not. So let's look at some other contenders which I do fancy. Let's go down here to the 3-year-olds. I always say the 4-year-olds do have an advantage against the 3-year-olds this time of the year. But a 4 or a 5 or a 6-year-old horse can only improve so much, where your 2-year-olds just now turned 3-year-olds do have a chance to improve. And I'm looking at number 10, Galactico, and I think Galactico is one of those horses today that I would think is going to improve. This horse has had runs over 1,000 meters and 1,200 meters. Now, I've been studying form a long time, and this horse shows the signs of that this 1,000 meters and 1,200 meters is just too short for him. This horse is outpaced. Now, I think the 400 meters, the extra 200 meters to the 1400 meters will suit number 10 much better. And I'm looking forward to a good run from this horse. The stable is in form. It's got a decent draw. And I really do like the breeding of this horse. I think this horse, the breeding is this King's Barnes. I believe he is deceased. What a pity, because I was looking forward for his children becoming very good runners and him being a good stallion. But this is just the way it happens. So I'm from the opinion in race number 1 that number 10 Galactico will run a forward race and not to be left out. Then I've also identified another 2 or 3 3-year-olds which I think is going to improve. Here we have number 13, Dry Delta, from the Stewart Pettigrew stable, which is currently in form, had 3 winners the other day. And here I've got a similar scenario than to number 10, where this horse has never run, it's only run over 1,000 meters. And him and even number 14, Tropical Giver, which is a philanthropist, I think will be much better suited over the 1,400 meters. Tropical Giver actually only thing jumping from 11, but this being the stand side track today, I don't think that will be that advantage. So do include 13 and 14 into your play. There are other horses with chances in this race that can improve. Uh, and then also, just do yourself a favor, and if you play a multiple quartet, put in number 1 in the back end, number 8, the back end of your quartet. Cinder Grey horses are running, and I've seen him quite a few times coming out with a first timer, and the horse runs well, and this is drawn 1. So maybe put into your 3rd and 4th places on your quartet. And if the horses, if you have got a little bit of extra, put $50 on for the win. You never know with Cinder Grey. He's a very good trainer, and he likes to come with first timers. Tuscan Light has been there on their 5-year-old mare. 13 races had been placed over longer, now back over shorter. Sure to watch. And then number 1, Island Mistress, did really improve race last time. Has got Kumalo on, and Paul Matchett, I think during the week he did win on that combination. Also had a win. So definitely a horse to watch. Has improved from his rest, and that he had to improve runs. So number 1, Island Mistress, not to be left out. Then we move to the race number 2. Race number 2 is where we have number 8, Alquaqua, 17 to 20, 5 to 1 Seaways, 10 to 1 Fast Draw, 10 to 1 Dominion Ruler, 10 to 1 Nabarino Bay. Please note that was an emergency accepted that has come in because of the scratching. Foreign Field 14, 20 to 1 Trooper, and 25 to 1 and longer the rest. So let's have a look at this race 2, which is also a maiden plate over 1,400 meters. Let's quickly have a look at the 17 to 20 favorite. This horse debuted on the Vaal the other day over 1,200 meters, and it went off at short odds of 9 to 20, but was outpaced and outrun by MK's Pride and finished 2.5 lengths. I'm sure the 1,400 meter will definitely suit. And but I'm going for value in this race. I don't say number 8 cannot win, please, but you might want to take this horse for swingers of number 13. Let's have a look at number 13, Seaways. He has had a very nice introduction to racing, over 1450, from draw 7 out of 14, now drawn 7 again, but ran on very nicely, 22.9, fastest 400 to finish, and I think that this could be the main opposition to the favorite. I have also got some other 1 or 2 horses I want to look at, and that is number 9, Burning Eyes. It's an Ngari out of an Eridor mare. Yeah, Ngari, I was looking forward for him to, bring out the winners, but he doesn't seem to be such a quite a successful stallion. But sometimes the horses runs improve race, and I'm looking for number 9, Burning Eyes today, also over the 1,400 meters, but unfortunately drawn 17 to run an improved race. I don't think the horse can win the race, but this will be a nice horse to put into your back end of your quartets and places, as the betting on this horse is currently, where is it now? Currently number 9. Number 9 is like 75 to 1. Now imagine if that horse comes into your placing. So do include in the back end of your quartets. This is not a horse that I can say that definitely will win the race. But then another horse I want to look at is number 15, which is Navarino Bay, who's come into the racing. That's a Vercingetorix. Man, are they running well by Almafti Me. Very nice breeding. I'm not sure who's going to be the jockey. I didn't want to see if they show the jockey on this horse now. Yeah, it looked like it's going to be. Where is it now? No, they haven't nominated a jockey yet. But also, I think the 1400 will suit this horse, being by Almafti Me, and definitely a horse that you need to include, because if you look at this, 22.2, 400 to finish, 14 lengths behind, and I really do think that there was 21 lengths behind to finish, only 10 lengths behind. This horse had a very good debut, and I think maybe you can also include this in an exacta, at a stable exacta. So let's look at the third race. The third race is 1,000 meters. Here the favorite is number Captain Morisco, 9 to 20, 4 to 1 Southeast, Bowie 11 to 2, 8 to 1 Top Drawer, Zenron 40 to 1, and Winter Smoke is scratched. So let's have a look at race number 3. Race number 3 is 1,000 meters, and it is a graduation plate. And let's have the best weighted horse is number 1 Winter Smoke that has been scratched subsequently, then Southeast and Captain Morisco, Top Drawer, and Bowie. So let's have a look at number 2 Southeast Pierre Strydom on board. This horse has run against some very good horses, including Winter Smoke. Last time out, ran second behind Forever Mine, and I'm sure this captain of all Colt will be involved in the finish with number 3 Captain Morisco. We've got 2 captains of all, and we'll see which one of them are the best. Ashley Fortune trained Craig Bantam riding. This horse also had a nice debut, and will definitely be in the firing line. Then a horse that you can want to include is number 4 Bowie, twice over out of a National Assembly mare. Did win well last time against Southeast, and is running against Southeast. Now, if you have a look at this, Power Southeast Bowie did beat Southeast and is now carrying better off in the weights. So number 4 Bowie also in with a small shout. I think a big shout actually. And then you have Top Drawer, Peter Stable, and also ran second behind Sweet Sensation. And Sweet Sensation did win Small Future in Durban the other day. So definitely not to be left out, and also can be involved in the finish. And the other 2 horses, I'm afraid, might be just filling up the field for now. Let's move to race 4, which is a graduation plate for fillies over 1,000 meters. Let's look at the field here. Number 1 is Rapid Fire. Number 2, 15 to 20. Green 70 to 10. Letitia's Angel 11 to 2. 21 to 1 the first timer, and 35 to 1 the race Winter Dreams. Let's have a look here at the 4th race. Here we have number 1 Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire did beat on his debut, did beat Afternoon Tea. Afternoon Tea is also in herself is a very good horse. Then ran 3rd lengths behind Springs of Carmel, went to the Allen Robertson and finished 6 lengths behind Varency, which is not a bad run. Yeah, definitely Rapid Fire is the horse to beat in this race. Greens was beaten 4.75 behind Rapid Fire. Unfortunately, I cannot see at this stage if this horse can overturn that 4.75 unless it has improved tremendously, but the form doesn't suggest that. Then we have number 3, Letitia's Angel, did win her first race and then ran behind Moments Like This, 6.5 lengths behind, being beaten by number 2 Greens. So I think she will find it hard to overturn that, and then through a line through that number 2, it can't beat number 1. Secret Crusade has had a nice win in Kimberley, now finding herself in Gauteng, and was also far behind Sweet Sensation. Just want to mention a horse. Maybe you want to include this number 6 Winter Dreams. Another fortune inmate is the Ashley Fortune has quite a few numbers in this race. Last time I didn't show much, but there's also just sticker in the back end of your quartets. You often find in the small fields that you find the outsider running third or fourth. I've seen this happen quite often. So do yourself a favor and stick this into the back end of your quartets, whatever play or whatever play you do. All right, then move on to race number 5, which is a Pinnacle Stakes over 1,160. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have another short price favorite, Mr. Flood 8 to 10, Riverine 4 to 1, Bohica 4 to 1, 12 to 1, down to 0, 16 to 1, Chief of State, Donnerweer 20 to 1, over 20 to 1, Benji 25 to 1, and Russian Prince 40 to 1. Let's have a look at this race number 5. Now, race number 5 is here we have Mr. Flood, and if you look at the handicap, number 1, Riverine, and then Mr. Flood and Oravar. I'm a little bit concerned. I don't think Riverine, although she's won over this distance, but only from 7 tries, only once has won in this distance. This horse, so I think for him, it might just be that tight, tad too far. I did tip it to win the computer phone sprint. It was at one stage, it was like 53 to 1. And it has run against Mr. Flood. And the same goes for Mr. Flood. If you see on this course and distance, had 2 runs and only he ran second once. Pierre Strydom is riding it for the first time. So I'm not sure about this distance. So the horse that I think, if those 2 fluff their lines, will then pick up the pieces, will be this number 8, Bohica, which I'm tipping as my selection because it's carrying only 52.5. It's got 9.5 kilograms on the top 2. This horse has been tried over longer distances where he won 1 race, but when they put him back over the shorter distance, his last 2 runs, he really won well. Last time out behind Bold Ransom, the jockey never pulled the stick, and that was Kumalo again. The Aussie form is in team. Team is in form. So I would think that this horse is going to give the top 2 a bit of a hard time. And then if you might look for outsiders for the quartet, you might want to look at Oravar. Oravar is also a horse that hasn't run a lot over these distances, but I'm sure with the 54 in the back can be involved in the finish, as is number 6, Chief of State. Also has got course and distance, 1 run, 1 win over this course and distance, and also the 54 on his back can be a factor. So let's move on to race number 6. But before we move on to race number 6, I just want to move back to something else. And I'm just want to give our sponsors some time as well. Our sponsor VYVO has got a business opportunity that I would like to present to you. VYVO, be the owner of your own global artificial intelligence business. Artificial intelligence is impacting the future of virtually every industry and every human being. Healthcare and wellness are the fields where AI is going to have the biggest impact. VYVO now offers you a business opportunity where you don't have to pay any upfront fees. A very exciting concept being launched, first of its kind, not seen in South Africa before. VYVO are now in a pre-launch stage in South Africa and need persons to assist with pre-launch and be trained as team leaders in order to assist in building and training teams for the launch phase. The opportunity, the fastest growing markets are worldwide, great products with real market demand, customer referral program free to join, a lucrative compensation plan, and the most exciting instant business. So for more information, WhatsApp 061-231-0193 with the words VYVO business opportunity, and then I will send you the information regarding this business opportunity. So I want to repeat 061-231-0193 and just say VYVO business opportunity. Thank you for allowing us to give time to our sponsors. Now let's move back to race number 6, where we have another Pinnacle Stakes for fillies and mares, also over the 1160. And I think this is going to also be an exciting race to watch. Let's have a look at the betting before we dissect the form. And here we have number 1, Golden Bell, 6 to 10, Running Brave, 15 to 4, Pool Party, 10 to 1, Operetta, 14 to 1, 14 to 1, Ula, Cella Bell, 18 to 1, 53 to 1. And I see number 5, it looks to me, is now scratching. So here we have this very exciting Golden Bell, who's won 4 of her 7 runs and over this type of distance. She did win a 1200 meters and then a 1450, and then didn't show much, and then they brought her back and it won at 40-1, beating a very good horse, Skippers, by 4 lengths, and last time out on one on the wall on a coconut at um, 4 lengths. She was actually entered on the July meeting, and everybody was looking to make her a banker, and then unfortunately she was withdrawn. So Golden Bell definitely the first choice in this race. I can't see a lot of horses that can beat her, but if there's one horse that can beat her, this is Running Brave. This horse is also a strong front runner and has beaten the best in the business here, has run well against very good competition on ran in Gravel in a Phillies future winning start to finish. So Running Brave definitely no slouch. So also, all horses with a chance, Operetta, Chebella, they can all place Pool Party. Then I want to just touch on Ula. Ula is a little bit out on the weights, but she's getting -4, carrying only 48 kilograms. Last time out, she ran second before the dawn. And this horse, you cannot leave this horse out of your calculations. This is the ideal outsider to win, to run a place. Then I also want to move, pop in Navazi. Navazi has had a stable change now in the Brett Weber stable, which is in form, has had 2 winners during the week. This was one of the horses that during the week that ran, and the race was cancelled due to the siren of the ambulance going off, and then the jockey stopped riding. Also only carrying 51 would be a nice outsider to include in your quartet should it finish in the placings. Then we move on to race number 7. Race number 7 is, let's have a look at the betting. To me, it's a more open race, and number 1, Tahitian Orana, is 3-1, Heart of a Legend 4-1, Bella Roses 9-2, Strata Stable 15-1, Sultra 11-2, Magic Miller 7-1, Tani 12-1, League of Their Own 16-1, and Movie Award 66-1. Now, guys, I just want to show you something here. You will have a look here and you'll see that Tahitian Orana, let me just move down to number 7 first, because I want to do it from this side. Heart of a Legend ran against Tahitian Orana on the 25th of March, just before the lockdown. Beat Heart of a Legend by 4 lengths. Now, Heart of a Legend was carrying 5.5 kilograms more than Tahitian Orana. Now, today, if you look at the difference in weights today, is that he's carrying Tahitian Orana, I just want to show you, is carrying 60.5 kilograms. Heart of a Legend is carrying 56. So it's 4.5 kilograms plus another 4 kilograms. That's 8.5 kilograms less for a 4 lengths beating. But that doesn't where it stopped. If you work out if you work out the difference in weights, then Heart of a Legend has got a 14 kilogram turnaround on Tahitian Orana. Tahitian Orana is the favorite. I think this makes number 7 Heart of a Legend. If number Tahitian Orana has been deemed to be good enough to win this race, then 7 Heart of a Legend must be your best bet on the card today at 4-1. It has run some decent races. It is running 84s, 93s, 88. This race being a 76. So was running on last time over the 1200 meters behind Sheer Talent, behind Anne Boylan, and I'm looking hard. I make 7 Heart of a Legend hard to beat in this race. Some other horses that we can look at in this race outside the selection that I would like to discuss with you is number 3, League of Her Own. Now, League of Her Own, when this horse was younger, at the early 3-year-old, she really won well. She won 3 races, quick races in a row, and I really thought this horse is going to be a very good horse. Unfortunately, the horse just went off form, but has run against Summer Pudding, 5.5 lengths, a Sally Call. And then last time out, all of a sudden, this horse found her feet, came back to form and ran a good race behind Elusive Force, although being beaten 5.5 lengths, but was running on a little bit. And with DK on board, minus a 2.5, I really think that number 3, League of Her Own, will go well in this race again. And you will find her at 16-1 in the betting. Then another horse I want to have a look at is number 5, Genie. And for me, this is a very well-bred horse. It's a Vard out of Tiefelo Me. Won her 3rd race. And then last time out, I think went too fast. And Encryption, behind Encryption. But I think if Luke Ferraris can strain a little bit, and I do feel that this horse is better than her form looks, and definitely an inclusion. Bella Rosa is from the stable of Stay With Pettigrew, which is currently in form. Do include in all of your bets. So that is then that race. Let's move on to race number 8, which is also, to my mind, an open race. Let's have a look at the betting first, which is a maiden plate over 2,000 meters. Here we have number 10, Bold Fortune at 12-10, 72 Charming Lass, Nabila 72, 7-1 Super Duper, Gitsing 16-1, Dora Model 22-1, Starry Messenger 28-1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look at this, the horses in this field. Yeah, my fancy is number 1, Charming Lass. I think this horse is looking for the 2,000 meters. Last time out was running on a little bit behind Tennessee, and I think with Craig Zaki on today, will be definitely involved in a finish. Already a 4-year-old, but I do see it can still improve. Just seeing I've run a improved race over 1,600 meters, but then last time over 1,200 meters failed again. Number 3, Nabila, has run on well behind Miss Kamala last time, but it wasn't a strong maiden field, but can be running on and can be involved in the finish today. Super Duper Kumalo for Robbie Sage. This horse always runs there and thereabouts, and definitely not without a prayer. Then I want to move down to number 6, Starry Messenger. Ashley Fortune stable. It's a Visioneer by Galileo Meer. And I think that this over the 1,200 meters, after 2,000 meters, this horse did improve last time a little bit. And I think there is room for more improvement, although it's drawn 10, but over the long Turferdane outside track can run on from behind. Number 7 hasn't shown much for the moment. I want to go down to number 10, Bold Fortune. Bold Fortune is a flower alley, and they seem to be running well. And I don't say this horse cannot win. Run on very well last time for fastest 400 to finish, 23.3. And I feel that horse can be involved in a finish again. But here I want to point you to number 11. It's a very big outsider. But this is the type of horse that St. John normally comes from. Only had one run over 1,000 meters. Now, putting this horse over the 2,000 meters, I'm sure that St. John just showed it a track on that 1,000 meters because he's no fool. He knew that this horse is going to be looking for the longer distance. Putting Boxley on board, getting -4, the horse carrying 32.5. Do include number 11, Maya Bay, into your quartets. If this horse finishes in the placings and you stand in the power queue collecting your money, laughing, and then you thanking Outsider Genie for pointing out this horse to you. So that will conclude race 8. So let's now move down to race number 9, which is also a maiden plate for Carlson Geldings over 2,000 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. And here we have the betting. Number 2, Great Esteem 2-1, Soldier Song 5-2, Another Penny 3-1, Electra Flying 5-1, Prince in Waiting 8-1, 25-1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look at the selections. Here we have number in free, another penny, a 3-year-old from a 4-year-old from Jeff Woodruff stable. Did improve last time, ran second fastest to 400. So definitely, I think the longer distance will suit this horse. Then we go down to number 2, Greatest Team. Greatest Team has had a few runs, already 10 runs, has been running there and thereabouts, but and it's not a type of horse that I would put my house on to win this race. Can be beaten, although favorite. Soldier of Song, it's a Michael Azzy horse. It's Silvano out of a KG Tip Me. Did improve dramatically last time at 45-1 and ran second behind the Medical. Second fastest to 400 under 24 seconds, which is not bad. The longer distances will suit, can be involved in the finish. For Electric Flying, also the type of horse that a 4-year-old that can improve, also needs to be included. I want to go down to a horse here called number 10, Prince of Waiting. This is also an Azure horse, but it's from the stallion again, also a 4-year-old, only had 2-1 King's Barnes by National Emblem. And I'm sure over the 2,000 meters, this horse with Kamala on board, drawn 1, will improve. And this is my selection, my outsider selection. I'm looking for value. I'm looking to be the favorite. And I think if you want to be the favorite in this race, number 10, Prince in Waiting, will be definitely the candidate to look for. So that concludes our preview. But before we go, I just want to quickly tell you more about the competition that we have. VYVO is having a Gold Cup competition, artificial intelligence at work. Now the price is a watch like that. It's called the VYVO LITE SE Health watch, and the value is 5,000 rand. Artificial intelligence is impacting the future of virtually every industry and every human being. Healthcare is one of the fields where IA is going to have the biggest impact. Enter the competition. All you have to do is you just have to answer the following question. Who will be the winner of the 2020 Gold Cup? You can post your answer via a competition WhatsApp group. I'll put the link in the description. So you just join the WhatsApp group and you post your selection that you think might win the race. Just quickly, a few rules. Only one entry per cell number. Judge's decision is final. By entering, you give VYVO permission to send you advertising material from time to time. Winner will be announced 7 September 2020, and delivery time for the watch will be 6 to 8 weeks after announcement of winner, as we have to order it from overseas. And we don't have the control over the flights at the moment. So that concludes then our preview for today's racing at Turffontein. I hope you make money, and as I always say, break a leg.